ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KPW War Zone. It is I, Tapey Styles, calling the action right down the middle every week as always, flying solo. And tonight, we have what might possibly be the biggest episode of War Zone to date. 2 championships up for grabs. The Hardcore Championship, as Steven Gilbert, the director, goes up against Crisp Billy in his first title defense. Our main event, Pierre Cinema, aims to take the KPW World Heavyweight Championship home to France from the Dinger, the Icon Ding. Also in action, the Scheme goes up one-on-one against the State Fair approved, the Corn Dog approved Coney Island Express. And as we're getting word now, there's a guest getting ready to join us in the middle of the ring right here, right now. Let's take it to you. And we want to talk about special guests. It's the Monarch, the former World Heavyweight Champion, Oliver English. Not adorned in his usual regalia, his crown he's missing his scepter, but he's got a live microphone.
Did you guys forget about me? I know the people in the back did, but the name, Oliver motherfucking English, means something here in KPW. I was the first ever KPW World Heavyweight Champion, and even though Ding beat me fair and square, I still win at the end of the day. I could stand here in front of you all and blabber on about how that Summer Spark main event should be mine. I could go into detail talking about how shit this country is, and let's be honest, here in the forum it's pretty abysmal, bruv. And yes, that main event can still be mine because I got the ultimate trump card. I made sacrifices for you people, damn near broke my back for this company just to get this privilege. And that very privilege is my
Do you smell what the rock is?
Wait a minute. We know that music. We know that man walking down to the middle of the ring. It's the Sauce.
The rock says,
What is the meaning of this interruption here? It sounded like the Monarch, Oliver English, was
the rock says,
about to invoke his rematch clause for the World Heavyweight Championship. He earned that at Hardcore Heavy when he defeated Bam Dardino in that 40-minute submission match.
So let me get this straight. You're saying that you earned something to put yourself back in the title picture? You have a chance to main event the hottest show of the summer, Summer Spark?
I earned that rematch clause for the World
It doesn't matter what you've earned. Let the Sauce make this perfectly clear to your dried crumpet-looking ass. The Sauce went toe-to-toe with 15 other men in the lethal lottery match. One by one I threw them over the top rope and down to the floor. And now, the Sauce has a one-way ticket to Summer Spark. I laid the smack down on all their candy asses, and whether that man is Pierre Cinema or Ding, they will be the man that keeps that world title nice and warm for the millions. And millions that know deep down in their heart that the Sauce is the people's champ.
You want to talk about last month? Let's talk last month. Where were you until you got that big break in the lethal lottery match? Losing in the undercard on War Zone. Did you draw in that gate at the last special? Did anybody bother to advertise you for the event? And where was I, bruv? I was the man who sold out this entire building with the biggest match in KPW history. But more importantly, Mon, did you just call yourself the People's Champ? Ever since I won the KPW World Heavyweight Championship, you haven't championed a damn thing. You've spent that time being Jim Ross's lapdog until you realized the Ross and sauce well dried up and you couldn't milk it for the little that's worth. But you know what? These peons and peasants in the forum here tonight couldn't have found a better representative than your sorry ass.
Did you just talk back to the sauce? I'm going to give you 3 seconds. And the sauce means 3 seconds. To change that tone, step down and walk away before I whoop your candy ass.
You think I'm afraid of you? You really think I'm gonna let you talk down to me? Bitch, I'll make you kiss my feet in the middle of this ring. And now that I'm thinking about it, the more I realize something. You could never get the job done by yourself. Jim Ross isn't gonna save you. He doesn't even know who the hell he's fighting at Cyber Sunday. I am built of British steel, bruv. Last time somebody tried to fade us, we owned half the damn planet. And if a referee comes down to the ring, I'm gonna own you worse than Popo did at Fully Loaded.
We didn't get to celebrate America's birthday live in the Kumite Forum, but that doesn't mean we can't set off some fireworks tonight. You may not realize this, but the sauce is a true piece of Americana, defending this country from any and all comers. We whipped that candy ass back in 1776. We hooped that candy ass back in 1812. And we're gonna have to teach that lesson once again in 2024. Because I am here to grace the people in attendance and the people watching at home with the spiciest man across all of sports entertainment. If you smell what the sauce is cooking.
Here's things are heating up here in the Kumite Forum. We have a referee running down to the ring. Both of these men are in their ring gear. And just like that, we have an opening bout underway. Pay-per-view quality right here. Former world champion Oliver English, the Monarch, going one-on-one against the Lethal Lottery winner, the Sauce. Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. Ollie known for his technical wizardry in that ring. Sauce known for his fearlessness, the ability to take the fight to any man, big or small. He's here for equal opportunities, and he's here to lay down the law here tonight. Shoulder breaker by the Sauce. I have to wonder what the reasoning for this has to be between these two. What kind of feelings came to the forefront in the middle of that ring just now? The Sauce goes low on Oliver English, sending a message to the world champion Ding. Ding, of course, in the main event, defending his World Heavyweight Championship against France's greatest export, Pierre Cinema, after that crushing defeat last week against Ricky Rhombus. Who knows what kind of condition Ding is in for tonight's bout. The Sauce looking for a roll-up pin, and Oliver stomping it out. KPW has made an official decision regarding Ricky Rhombus and his massive upset last week on Warzone. In the interest of fairness to the competitors later on tonight, Ricky Rhombus has been barred from the Kumite Forum for tonight's event. But if Ding can retain his KPW World Heavyweight Championship, he will have to face Ricky Rhombus in a championship rematch all the way on August 5th. The Sauce hitting a Scorpion Ding drop. This has been completely calculated so far from the Sauce. He has his target set on the dinger. As the World Heavyweight Championship scene remains some of the most intense wrestling on the planet here. Think about all the wrestlers paying a target on Ding's back. You have the Sauce, who guaranteed his Summer Spark main event at Lethal Lottery. You have Oliver English, who's entitled to a championship rematch from account of successfully defending his championship back in May. Ricky Rhombus with that upset victory last week. Pierre Cinema, who earned that victory over Sigma Shuko all those weeks ago to get this contendership. There's a long line of contenders willing to take the grandest prize in all of pro wrestling. And even one tiny loss is detrimental to your climb up the ladder. Irish whip reversal. Ollie's in the turnbuckle here. Sauce looking to go for a superplex. Ollie was able to block that in time, but not another ding from the Sauce. The way that this man is being brutalized in the middle of the forum here tonight, he might have to come up with a backup plan in case he can't get that World Championship rematch so soon. Sauce dragging Ollie to the center of the ring, looking for that patented saucy elbow. Waistlock tie up. The Sauce elbowing Ollie right in the face there to get out of the hold. Dragging the former world champion to the center of the ring. He's looking for that saucy elbow now. Got nice and lined up here. He's looking for a bullseye, and he gets it. Pinfall lateral press. And Ollie kicks out at 2.9. Oliver English showing that he was the world heavyweight champion for a good reason. Our inaugural KPW World Heavyweight Champion. Showing that he has all the skin in the game here. European uppercut by Oliver English. Sauce going for a quick pin here. And Ollie kicking out once again, keeping the pressure up on the Monarch. Roll up attempt by the Sauce. And he gets it with the roll up. The inside cradle used by the Sauce. The Sauce stealing one here tonight in the middle of the forum. Baiting all that rage out from the former world champion. All to deliver a message to Ding. This has to be one of the most calculated opening matches I've ever seen. And with a moment like that, it is with great honor to say that this was tonight's State Fair corn dog approved moment of the night. 30 for $35. State Fair classic corn dogs. What a victory for the sauce. Oliver English won't be getting that world title rematch anytime soon, it seems. But with the acumen that he's built up here, with the reputation, with the history that he's made here in KPW, I'm sure that he has quite a plethora of backup plans that he can fall into.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
What a victory for the sauce. And you want to talk about corn dogs? Look no further than the Coney Island Express going up against the Scheme in tonight's tag team bout. The Coney Island Express, of course, making the most out of the State Fair sponsoring for KPW, riding that newfound wave of popularity. Hugo Johnson, Frank Glizzo. One of the 4 teams that you could vote for in that Cyber Sunday contendership bout, as they'll be going up against another set of teams listed in that Cyber Sunday survey, the Scheme, Bloom and Bilko. Like we said last week, that loss that the Boise Boys took at Lethal Lottery was quite detrimental to their standings in the tag team division. That long-standing reputation they had of being the most ruthless tag team in the division, perhaps all of wrestling. It couldn't secure them the victory in that tag team rematch against the champions, Huckamania, Huck Hoagie, the Hoagie Maniac. A spear by Bloom, a second spear, keeping the pressure on Hugo. Bloom is just absolutely ruthless with these spears here tonight, as he's sizing up to go for another spear, and he switches it up with a calf kick. Two of these 4 teams are in the ring here tonight. The other 2 sitting at home, watching all the action unfold. We'll be seeing representatives of all 4 of these teams for Cyber Sunday in action in our first weekly televised 4 corners bout. The 4 corners bout being quite similar to a fatal 4-way match, albeit with elimination rules. It is not one fall to a finish. It is last man standing rules. Coney Island Express electing Frank Glizzo for next week's bout. And Bloom looking for a plancha to the outside, not getting any of it. Goko locking in that heel hold. We're getting word that the Murder Hornets and Chaos Control picking their 2 representatives for next week's Four Corners bout. We have Frank Glizzo, Kruger, and Wasp. The scheme, however, not disclosing who their representative will be for the Four Corners match next week. As we get more word for next week's card, Ricky Rhombus returns next week and in a singles bout against Popo. Our Twitch champion Slarty will be in action against good old JR in his first match on Warzone in quite a number of weeks. And it appears that Oliver English has invoked a backup plan. He may still be entitled to a world championship bout in the future. But he's electing to go a different route for short-term gain here, as next week he goes one-on-one against Nick Flawless in a Twitch Championship Contenders match. The winner, of course, will go on to fight Slarty at Cyber Sunday in one of 3 stipulations that you can vote for. Maybe a first blood match, it may be a steel cage match, it may be a barbed wire brawl. Who the hell knows? But if there is any man on the KPW roster that is more fit for a match, for 3 of those matches, all of that insane caliber, it's Slarty. Frank Glizzo bringing the fight to Bloom here. He tags in Hugo, not before eating a spear by Bloom. The scheme has just been completely on the offense here tonight. Here to remind you guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, that the next 2 bouts on Warzone will not be contested under time limit restrictions. They are championship bouts. They are excluded from any kind of time limit draws. Our first bout, of course, being the director Steven Gilbert versus the hardcore champion Chris Billy. Our main event, of course, being Pierre Cinema versus the icon, the man called Ding. Ricky Rhombus barred from the arena. He makes an appearance. He's been announced to be suspended without pay if he interferes in the main event here tonight. KPW taking all precautions to ensure a fair fight and a decisive victory for the man that deserves, that works for it and earns it more. I'm going up top here. Diving headbutt down to Hugo. Bilko tags in. whip it to the turnbuckles into the blue corner there. Pinfall attempt. The scheme cutting off Frank Glizzo and securing a victory. The teamwork on display by the scheme. They had quite the plan hatched up there. Divide and conquer. Which they have been more than capable of doing here tonight. Isolating Frank Glizzo on the outside, isolating Hugo Johnson on the inside. And Bloom executing one hell of a drop kick to stop the breakup attempt there. A valiant effort by the Coney Island Express, but they were just one step short of victory. Congratulations to Bloom and Bilko, the scheme. As we make our way over to our first of two championship bouts here tonight on War Zone. We start things off as brutal as we could possibly get without being taken down by the network. The Hardcore Championship up for grabs. Steven Gilbert, the director, versus Crisp Billy. Director Steven Gilbert making it one hell of an impact in KPW 2 weeks ago when he defeated Nick Flawless. He had an opportunity to advance his career in the Twitch division, but he opted for short-term gain, much like our former world champion Oliver English. Hardcore Championship, of course, being under open challenge rules. But nobody has mustered up the strength, the courage to go up against the 7'4", 525-pound man beast, Crisp Billy. And it appears that the champion has adorned some new war paint here tonight. As the flames run so hot in his heart that it's turned completely blue. This is a champion that walks in with renewed purpose. The only man to have a victory over Ricky Rhombus in KPW, and it's Crisp Billy. We get a close look at the size disparity between the champion and the challenger. Steven Gilbert getting the opening lead here with that reverse DDT. And Crisp Billy just clobbers him in with that standing clothesline. Crisp Billy catches the foot of Steven Gilbert that time, but instead of a clothesline, Steven's fast enough on his feet to deliver an enziguri. Steven Gilbert going for the eyes of Crisp Billy, trying to blind him. Hardcore rules in effect here tonight. One fall to a finish. Chris Billy has been the champion for well over a month. His first title defense. Nobody has manned up, stepped up to the plate. And when you have a man the size of Chris Billy guarding that plate, you might as well just give up before he takes you to bits and pieces. As a wise man once said, the eyes are the groin of the head, a glaring weak point that Steven Gilbert knows how to exploit. He's hoping to get everything right here tonight. He's hoping that he can take this hardcore championship on the first take. First, he's gonna have to make sure that Chris Billy does not abuse him like a stagehand. Steven Gilbert looking for a suplex. Not the wisest move against a 500-pound Chris Billy. But he's showcasing something here tonight that we haven't seen from anybody in the past several weeks. The courage to take on Chris Billy. Really sending the fear of God back into that locker room after he destroyed Ricky Rhombus. His first appearance here on War Zone. Steven Gilbert, of course, one of the big four signings from Lethal Lottery. Steven Gilbert, Ricky Rhombus, Nick Flawless, and Venom Artemis. All making their presence loud and clear in the short time that we've known them. Even Gilbert, of course, challenging for the Hardcore Championship here against Chris Billy. Nick Flawless making his way up the Twitch rankings with an opportunity to face Slarty at Cyber Sunday if he could defeat Oliver English next week. Ricky Rhombus, everybody's talking about him in the past week after he defeated our world champion Ding in controversial fashion, in dominating fashion. And Venom Artemis, who we've only seen once at Lethal Lottery, throwing his name in the hat against Solo in a Forum Rules match at Cyber Sunday. Prove who the real prize fighter of KPW is. The Forum Rules match, of course, being a match that you could choose the stipulations of victory for. You could choose if it's only determined by total knockout, by technical knockout, excuse me, or pinfalls can be disqualified, or if both competitors are barred from leaving the ring. The power is in your hands and at your fingertips. As Chris Billy just lays in the assault with those nasty headbutts. Steven Gilbert just finding the energy to kick out. Had to dig down deep for that one. Chris Billy representing the lands of parts unknown. A land that hasn't been represented for a very long time. And if there's anything that you could learn from a Chris Billy match, it's to expect the unexpected. A springboard back elbow from the second rope by Chris Billy. I'm surprised the rope didn't snap from all the beef But he might be looking to snap Steven Gilbert's neck with that patented GFD, the George Foreman drill, a tombstone pile driver. A hallmark staple of the Chris Billy matches, if you even want to call them that. They're usually just slaughters. Chris Billy locking in a camel clutch on the outside. Hardcore rules are in effect. This is legal. Anything goes. Steven Gilbert putting Chris Billy into a hold of his own, a figure four on the outside. As we've come to notice, Chris Billy not adorning his knee braces, as we have grown so accustomed to him wearing. And to think that Chris Billy was nowhere near full power for these past several months, it's terrifying. Who has the power to stop this man? A lifting two-handed choke onto the director. Quite a precarious position here for Chris Billy. Irish whip it to the turnbuckle here. Steven Gilbert trying to keep the aggression up. Make an honest comeback. True David versus Goliath story unfolding in the middle of this ring here tonight on War Zone. Steven Gilbert retrieving some steel steps from outside the ring. Chris Billy deflecting the attack. Steven Gilbert just not finding any luck with these suplex attempts. If there's one thing that needs to be commended about these Big Four signings, it's that they all have the same drive and ambition to take out the established divisions of KPW, to take out all the top guys and put themselves at the mantle. Might be all for naught though, as Chris Billy cinches it in. He's got the George Foreman drill, bringing Steven Gilbert right down on his neck. Pinfall attempt, and it's over. Chris Billy retains the Hardcore Championship. Steven Gilbert put up a valiant fight. He did not make it easy for the Hardcore Champion, the 525-pound Chris Billy, who's just been on an absolute tear here in KPW. As he directed Steven Gilbert straight to hell with that George Foreman drill, that tombstone, planting him right on his head. That's a 500-pound man driving your head right into the mat with full force. It is not something that most men are capable of kicking out of. It is not something that I would expect any man to kick out of. But Steven Gilbert did his absolute best to ward off those attempts, those George Foreman drill attempts before. But his luck just ran out here tonight. And it's courtesy of Crisp Billy. And now the moment that we've all been waiting for, the main event of tonight's show here. World Championship up for grabs. Pierre Cinema goes one-on-one against Ding. The icon, the man called Ding, as we take a look at the tail of the tape here. Ding having a height and weight advantage. Ding, of course, having the acclaimed victory against Oliver English at Lethal Lottery in less than 3 minutes. Pierre Cinema, of course, earning his bout against the world champion here tonight by also decisively defeating a man to get to this point, Sigma Shuko. Ding's also capable of fast, lethal Ding strikes. But this is a true battle of striking. A true battle of drilling heads to mats here. The Pierre Perfection versus the Scorpion Ding Drop. Only one of these moves will persevere here tonight. So it's time for the main event. Pierre Cinema seems to be a reformed man over the past several weeks, perhaps even the past several months after that Jim Ross feud. Seemingly putting the past behind him here tonight. Hoping to do things the right way. No shortcuts needed for Pierre Cinema. But there's only one man that could put all that pressure on him, and it's the world champion. It's the icon. It's Ding! Ding making his first appearance. His first defense as the world champion. All eyes are on this main event here tonight. We're looking at an absolute slugfest. Irish whip to the ropes. Ding jumps over and runs down Pierre Cinema with a lariat. Pierre Cinema go for a belly-to-belly suplex on the Dinger. The physical conditioning that Pierre Cinema is in to get into a bout like this, you can tell he's been going to the gym, he's been training, doing everything that he can for a moment like tonight. Backbreaker by the champion. Another belly-to-belly suplex by Pierre Cinema. As he's trying to choke the life out of the champion. You can already feel the pressure. And speaking of pressure, fist to crotch action there from Ding as he delivers the first ding of the bout. We all knew that this was coming in the main event. Enziguri by Ding. hoping to bring the title back home to all the dingers. Not just in the Kumite Forum, but watching from home. Broadcasted over a multitude, dozens, if not hundreds of countries around the world. Ding leading in those merchandise sales. We probably should have hired him for those state park sponsor ads. Wrist lock by the challenger. Pierre Cinema lock. Putting an elbow into the joint of Ding. Indian deathlock attempt. Ding makes it to the ropes. There's Cinema looking for a pile driver. Ding powers out of it though. Ding is aiming to ensure that the same fate does not befall him tonight as it did last week against Ricky Rhombus. Ding going for a second ding in the corner there against a defenseless Pierre Cinema. Side kick by the challenger, by France's greatest export. Really giving the main event some international flavor here tonight. Collar and elbow tie up. Ding looking for a powerbomb. Pierre Cinema gets a roll-up attempt in. Manhattan drop onto the challenger. Ding's keeping the pressure up. This is a complete change from what we saw last week. Night and day difference compared to Ricky Rhombus. Ricky watching from home, avoiding that suspension without pay. Knowing that he's entitled to a World Championship match if Ding retains here tonight. There's an old saying that goes with world champions of this caliber, of this high of a demand. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Atomic drop by Pierre Cinema. Ding securing another ding and might have saved him there. Pierre getting a bit frustrated here. He's gonna need to keep those. He needs to keep that cool head. The forum here tonight begging Pierre to keep things clean. This is the moment that he's been waiting months for. All that hard work that he's put into right the wrongs in his life. That way he could reflect back on. This Ding hits a plancha to the outside successfully. Pierre Cinema wants the chance to reflect on his career when it's all said and done, and take pride in the fact that he didn't take shortcuts, but he's not gonna have moments like that when he's going for eye rakes. Ding letting him know exactly how he feels with that fourth ding. Ding going up top, looking for a diving splash to the outside. Pierre Cinema just dodging it at the very last second.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Diving shoulder tackle onto Pierre Cinema. Surfboard stretch in effect here. Ding's momentum in full swing. It seems like he came back completely fine. 100% guaranteed. Here's Cinema trying to create some distance between him and Ding. As Ding demolishes Pierre's face with that drop kick. Good God. If Pierre manages to get that championship bonus here tonight, he's going to be spending it on a rhinoplasty. Here's Cinema going low. The crowd here tonight letting him know of his actions. They do not approve of it. Here's Cinema favoring that leg. Ding's putting quite a bit of work on that. Delayed vertical suplex in the corner. Ding is wrestling like a man possessed here tonight. Enziguri on the challenger. Rope break called by the referee. Roll-up attempt, and Ding immediately kicks out. Here's frustration getting the better of him. He's fallen back into those vices. Dinger splash. Pierre's dazed. Irish whip into the ropes. Neck breaker slammed by the challenger. Shuffle kick sends Ding out through the middle rope there. He gets back in. Referee calling a rope break there. Another Irish whip into the ropes. Ding hits here with a lariat. Ding building up all the momentum in the world here. Going up top. Thinking better of it. Running the ropes. Pierre gets right back in. And now Pierre sends Ding to the outside. The challenger tries to play a little bit of mind games with the champion. Oh, Ding's looking to lock it in. A scorpion Ding lock. Far away from the ropes. And Ding is getting so exhausted, he had to let go there. DDT attempt connected. Looking for a lateral press here. 1, 2, 3. Where's 3? Can you see anything out there? What's going on? The crowd's looking in the same direction here. Oh, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? That son of a bitch, Sigma Shuko! Interfering in the main event! KPW took all the precautions of making sure that Ricky Rhombus doesn't show up. They didn't consider Sigma Shuko. What the hell is this? officials calling this a no contest. What the hell is the meaning of this, Shuko? Why are you doing this? As he just unleashes an assault on both of these men. And what the hell is this now? The light's going back out. It's the sauce. The sauce is back to restore some order. Thank God for the sauce. Everybody's in a state of shock and awe here tonight. Completely speechless. And the sauce immediately lays the smackdown on Pierre Cinema Ding going after Shuko. We're seeing some alliances form out of the blue here tonight. A sauce bottom on the challenger. You know, Pierre Cinema was hoping to be past all of this. He got the better of Shuko in that best of 3. Shuko didn't forget, apparently. I've never seen anything like this. There's this hater energy from Sigma Shuko as he eats another sauce bottom for his troubles. As pandemonium was breaking out in the middle of the ring, referees just not even bothering to get involved, and I don't blame them. It's a good thing that the commentator booth is all the way packed to the side of the stage and not next to the barricades here on War Zone. What the hell is the meaning of all this? Sauce trying to separate Pierre Cinema from Ding. The Sauce looking to neutralize Sigma Shuko here now. This is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. A monumentous occasion here. Our first ever World Championship main event ending in chaos and controversy. Ending in no contest here as Shuko and Pierre retreat. And now Ding and the Sauce, excuse me, they're duking it out now. I think it's become incredibly clear what's going on here. Tensions have been running high in the World Championship division. We saw earlier tonight with the Sauce sending those messages to Ding through Oliver English. Hitting that Scorpion Ding drop of his own. The repeated low blows. This was all very calculated by the Sauce. Looked like he was going for a saucy elbow and he goes low on the dinger. We need some security here in KPW. This is absolute madness. What the hell was that? The Sauce just missed it, Ding! The champion is blind. He doesn't know what the hell he's looking at. He can't see a damn thing. And the Sauce taking a ding with a scorpion ding drop. This is enough. The Sauce made his message loud and clear in the opening minutes of Warzone here tonight, and he really put the point on everything. This had to be the cherry on top. He knew exactly what he was doing here as he makes the metaphorical pin on the champion, perhaps showing a preview of what could go down at Summer Spark if Ding even makes it that far as champion. It may be ruled a no contest here tonight between him and Pierre Cinema, but he still has to defend against Ricky Rhombus on August 5th. He's not out of the woods yet, as we're receiving more word. Our main event has been locked in for Cyber Sunday. And a tag team match that can only be described as total chaos, pure animosity between all four of these men. Ding and the Sauce are going to be forced to team up against Pierre Cinema and Sigma Shuko. What an insane main event to look forward to at Cyber Sunday, July 28th. Polling still active until the 25th. Cast your votes now. Or you could choose the match types, the opponents, the stipulations, and the production. Surely we're going to be looking to get some answers for you, for all the viewers at home next week on Warzone. Perhaps a sit-down interview with Sigma Shuko. Perhaps a word or two from the Sauce about his actions here tonight. But amongst all that, we also have Ricky Rhombus returning to action against Popo. I'm sure he's grateful for everything that just went down. The Four Corners match, Frank Glizzo versus Kruger versus Bloom versus Wasp. Jim Ross takes on the Twitch champion Slarty, and Oliver English makes a bid for the Twitch contendership as he goes one-on-one against Mr. Pomp and Circumstance himself, Nick Flawless. I've been Tapey Styles, the only man that could call the action right down the middle. Except for here tonight, Sigma Shuko, you could go to hell. And we will see you next Monday night for the highest action across all of Twitch wrestling. Because we are KPW and we excel from bell to bell.